Hi there, I'm Luke, welcome back to PhotoBite, and today we're checking out the OnePlus 6. Let's get into it. So today we'll be checking out the OnePlus 6, but primarily we're looking at the cameras. So on the OnePlus 6 you're looking at two cameras. This is a trend that's been going out since last year, and we're very happy that it's still going. So what you get with the OnePlus 6, you get a 16 megapixel f1.7 camera, and then you've also got a 20 megapixel f1.7 camera as well, but it's 16 megapixels effectively. Now it is a bit of a confusing system that OnePlus 6 are running, but from what we gather they're running one with optical image stabilisation and one that has been optically designed to work in low light. So they really are trying to get the best of both worlds. In terms of video spec, you are looking at 4K at 60 frames a second, as well as doing 480 frames a second in slow-mo. So for the camera, and it's costed about £520, it does do a lot of things that you would normally have to pay about £800 or more for. So let's have a closer look at it. Cool, so we're just going to have a look at the OnePlus 6, see what camera features it has, and then we'll go for a little explore and see what kind of shots we can get with it. So we're just going to swipe up, and on the offset it looks very simple and very easily laid out. At the top you have a timer. You can choose if you want the HDR on or off, so we're going to go with off for now. You can then change the ratio of how the pictures are going to come out. So you've got 4:3, which is pretty standard. You then got 19:9, which is more of a wider shot, more cinematic, and you got 1:1, which is square format, but we'll just go back to 4:3 just because it's more of a standard option. Then you have flash set to auto, but we'll just turn that off for now. So photo wise, there's no pro mode. You do have a zoom option, so you can zoom in and out like so, which is very helpful. You have a portrait mode. This is becoming more and more popular with a lot of brands, so we'll just take a picture of cameraman Jack quick and see how it handles. So we're just going to hold it like so. There we go. It's fairly wide, it's quite impressive. So if we actually have a look in, you know, it catches the edges fairly well. Wow, it even got like inside that camera section there. Weren't expecting that. Yeah, it looks pretty good to me. What you tend to find with lots of these cameras is they don't quite pick up on little gaps, but this one did really well. So we're quite impressed by that. We'll just go back out. You then also got video mode as well, so we'll just swipe across to video. So video opens up to like about a 9:18 or 18:9 format. We'll just flip it around. So a nice big red button, and you can get a nice preview. We're currently recording at 4K at 60 frames a second, but your other options are just 4K standard, 1080 at 60, and then you got 1080p and then 720. So you have those options to play with. So we'll go with, let's go 720. So easy video to use. It will just jump up to 1080. Okay, so there's a major difference. So we went to 720 to 1080 just to see what kind of difference it would make on screen, and there's quite an obvious difference there. We jump back up to 4K and the clarity just goes up again. But you can also see as well how the stability works on the cameras. So you do have image stabilization built in, and even at 4K at 60 frames a second, it's nice to see that still being used. Because what you tend to find is a lot of cameras, you can go up to 4K, but then they'll let go of the image stabilization purely because it takes up too much processing power, and it also affects battery life. But it's nice to see they kept it in, and it really is smooth. So what we'll do is we'll go about, have a little play, see how it handles video, and have a few more pictures with it as well. So let's go do that. So I'm just framing up a shot quickly, just to see how it's going to look. So I'm just getting some leaves in the foreground, but I'm focusing on the background. I'm seeing what it's going to look like. So we're just going to take a picture now. Cool. Now we're going to do the same picture, but now we're going to do it with HDR on and see if we can tell the difference. Cool. Oh, there's a major difference. Okay. So this is with HDR off. Now I want you to pay attention to these leaves here. Okay, now we're going to switch it over. Big difference. You can clearly see the leaves in that shot where they're just silhouettes in there. So the HDR really does work. Highlights wise, handles it very well, balances out the shadows very effectively. There we go. Yeah, the greens here look a little bit more like an orangey yellow, but still very nice. But yeah, HDR works as it should. If you want to be able to shoot RAW and JPEG, you've got to look up a tutorial, or you've got to go on the web in order to find it. This is a bit of a pain, especially if you just want to stay in the camera app, change the settings over and carry on shooting. In other terms, it is very simple and easy to use, but when you want a camera to just work and you don't want to be jumping in and out of settings and changing things, the last thing you want to do, go out of settings and then change it around and then go back into camera and then carry on shooting. That's a lot of time wasting on a moment that you're missing. So that is a bit of a downfall for us. I do wish they would just have settings in the top left or top right corner, just somewhere easily accessible. Go tap, okay, I want to change to JPEG and RAW, I'm going to do this, I want to change the tone of the images, I want to make it warmer, colder. I wish that was an option, and there isn't a pro mode, so it would be nice if you're going to include 2 cameras and all this amazing technology to be able to allow the user to manipulate it in the way that they wish to. So it's not a bad camera phone, it's very impressive. For what you get for the money as well, at £520, you can't argue with it. The pictures that we've got as well, they're very clean, very sharp. The HDR, as you saw, looks really, really nice. And the video is very pleasant to watch as well. But if they really do want to push the camera side of things, they've got to give the user a bit more flexibility and trust the user to use the technology in the right way. So that's our review on the OnePlus 6. If you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. And as always, my name's Luke, this is PhotoBite, and we'll see you next time.